Hey guys, Nika coming at you with another weekly garden update. Today's July 23rd. We're heading into the dog days of summer. We're in extreme heat. We've been getting temperatures well over 100, up to 105, 106 degrees. And some of my plants didn't make it, but that's okay. We can use some of those tubs. We're starting to plan for our fall garden, and we're going to start planting for the fall. So let's get started on this weekly garden update. So guys, this is the time for cucumbers in zone 7. Look at that. That one's a double one. Those grew together. Look at that. I am getting a lot of cucumbers. Look. Time for cucumbers in zone 7. Lots of cucumbers, lots of flowers. Cool thing about cucumbers, guys, is the more you pick, the more grows back. So don't let them mature. Don't wait for them to get big. Just pick what you can. Eat all the cucumbers you can, because more will grow back fast. They grow back in like a day or two. That's why you have to look over your plants continually, because you don't want any of them to mature too fast and start turning yellow. Then your plant will stop growing. I'm going to plant some seed in this bottom part because all the cucumbers are growing up the vine, and the cucumbers will be at the top. We need to start some more at the bottom. See how the dirt has shrunk? There's some spacing between the dirt and the top of that container. That's because I have leaves at the bottom. I put quite a few leaves at the bottom of this container. Okay guys, so it's time to plant some cucumber seeds for the fall. And what we have here, we have Poinsettia 76. We have some muncher cucumbers and some straight 8. And I have some pickling cucumbers right here. I just kind of want to intertwine these vines up here. That's an actual plant. Just kind of spread the vines out of this space. We're going to pull a couple of these leaves. Just clean up that area. Make sure that all the vines that can be in this fence are supported by the fence. Okay guys, so I'm just going to spread this seed just throughout this garden. Let the seeds fall where they may. And now we're just going to put these leaves in here. These leaves will mulch, and they'll also absorb water and keep the container watered. They will retain that moisture, especially in these hot temperatures. So we're going to spread leaves throughout the container. And I've been doing this to all my containers. So now I'm going to take the steer manure and just put a couple of handfuls throughout the container in there. They'll love that. All right. And then at the very end, we're going to take this mushroom compost, and we're just going to finish them off. Top them off with the mushroom compost. Ooh, I could smell those marigolds. We're just going to spread this dirt out. And those cucumbers should start to sprout. The new ones should start to sprout. probably in about a week or two. Okay guys, so you want to water with this canister, with one of these watering canisters for the next couple of days until a crust forms on this dirt and the seed is pretty well established. All right guys, so that's what we're doing this week. Okay guys, so I've been eating this kale. I've almost eaten half of it. So I'm ready to clip these seeds. They're mature. We're just gonna clip them down and gather these seeds for next year. We're gonna clip these down right, just like that. And gather that bouquet. That one was a real good, look at all the seeds right there. Look at all those good kale seeds right there. We're gonna clip those down too. And just put them in this box. Man, that's a good bunch right there. And then I'm just gonna put them in this box right here and let them dry, and they'll just fall off into this box for next year. Wow guys, look at all of this great seed we got. Can't you see them? Look at those seeds. You can just see clusters of seeds. That's gonna be great for next year. This was really good kale. And look, you can already see the seeds in the bottom of the container. See? They're already falling off. Perfect for harvest. Yay! Okay, guys. This is my harvest today, guys. Give us this day our daily bread. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus, for this harvest. Pray over your garden, guys, and watch the abundance come out. I'm going to pray over mine. So guys, these are my strawberries. And look, I've been getting flowers. I showed you that last week. But now I'm actually getting strawberries. I'm starting to get strawberries again. So yay, I love fresh strawberries. This plant is on its 3rd season. And that's pretty cool that we get strawberries in the middle of the summer like this. I also have my chives. They're really starting to take off. I just clipped these probably about 3 weeks ago, and look at, you would have never known I pruned this plant. I've been using these for cooking, a lot of baked potatoes, spring rolls. They're delicious. And I'm getting celery everywhere. It has spread its seed everywhere. The celery plant, it grows like weeds. I was always worried when I started growing celery that it wouldn't make it, but I just can't believe the hardiness of this plant. It surprises me where it starts to grow. And my basil, look how big this basil plant's getting. I'm gonna plant another one in one of these pots, probably in this pot, because that parsley doesn't look like it's doing very well. That's a cool weather plant. There's still some green to it. I just don't want to replant it. I've done it 3 times. I think that didn't help. When it was supposed to be thriving, I was transplanting it, trying to figure out where I wanted it to be. I might just have to try to grow some inside, or I haven't given up on parsley. We're going to try to grow some more. Just not right now because the temperatures are way too high and it's just not going to make it. This is another basil plant that I have. I've been picking and using this basil. I need to do a video on some. We need to cook some more with it. It's seeding up. I don't need any more basil seed. I've had this basil plant for like 2 years just off of pruning it and cutting it and sticking the cuttings in water and letting them root again. So I'm not going to harvest any seed off of this. I'm just using the basil. And I have quite a bit of pesto. Basil is one of the easiest plants to grow. You don't need basil seeds though. You can just get one of those plants in the store. You'll see them in little pots. Just buy one of those and just start clipping it and rooting it. You'll have basil for a long time. You can use the same plant for years. And then my tomatoes are doing good. Notice that I put some more dirt in the base of this pot. I put some leaves, some steer manure, and some mushroom compost in all of these tomato pots. They loved it. They started producing a lot of tomatoes, clusters, and so that's important, keeping those roots covered. So I'm getting a lot of tomatoes, a lot of new growth in here. These are early girls, and I'm still not getting any tomatoes off my early girls. I have one or two. This one is struggling. That tomato plant is struggling. I don't know. It's not dead, but it's, I don't know. When I transplanted it, the roots were probably about a foot long, but for some reason this top is, maybe it's the extreme temperatures. I'm not sure. This is a lemon boy. It's not like these other plants, so maybe that has something to do with it too. And it could be the extreme heat. I'm getting some husky red tomatoes, and I put more dirt in this pot too. This is an early girl, and I'm actually finally getting one tomato. I'm so disappointed with those early girls. I'm not sure. I'm not even getting flowers. I got some flowers on this one, and I'm pruning them. I might just let them go and not prune them and see if that helps. So I did add leaves and dirt to all of these pots. Maybe that'll help. This is an orange bell pepper plant. It's doing pretty good. I'm getting a lot of white flowers in there, and it's starting to produce pretty good. This will probably produce fruit more like in August, September, a little later in the season. Mint's doing good. I've been using this for cooking, and it smells so good. Just even grabbing, I just love the way it smells. It is flowering and seeding. It's maturing. So I love mint, especially mint tea. It's so good and so healthy, so medicinal for you. Here's my sunflowers. Let me show you something. We're getting a purple one right there. Look, that's going to be beautiful. I can tell already. So these are my sunflowers. They're doing excellent. I really enjoy these in the fall. That's when you'll see the big blooms, a lot of bees. There's a lot of activity in the sunflowers in the fall. So, but I can wait for the fall. I love summer. This is my favorite time of year, and I'm just savoring it. Guys, my peas died. I transplanted them, and this heat just wore them out. So we're going to use this tub. I'm going to see if I can plant some different kinds of peas in here. There are some peas that you can grow in the fall. So we'll find out what variation that is, and we'll plant some more peas. I might just use this container for cilantro. There's a lot of things that we're going to start planting for our fall garden. And then I have my broccoli. It's doing good. It's pretty sturdy. These I just left. I might just pull those up. They're not doing good at all. They actually gave me 2 rounds of broccoli, and they're just done. I'm just getting leaves, and that's it on those ones. I did get some broccoli off of them in the winter, and that's about it. But these broccoli plants are doing really good. They like this spot. And then I have my green beans that I'm growing and some purple beans. They're doing good. Look at this green bean starting to wrap itself up around this fence. Look at that. So that's exciting. We might get a lot of green beans. There's a lot of flowers in here and new growth. See? My celery's doing good. Look, a lot of this seed is maturing. We're going to be able to harvest this seed pretty soon. Look at that. It's turning a dark brown. That's what we're looking for some seed harvesting. And then we'll probably pull all of this celery. I'm going to clip it down a lot. That celery is just like the chives. I have 3 pots of celery now. I have this pot that I started in the spring. This pot I've had for about 2 years now. And now, this I found in this lettuce. It was choking this lettuce out over here. I had this container of lettuce, and if you look, there's more celery in there, see? Look, I'm gonna have to pull that celery out. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna start another container of celery just because it volunteers itself everywhere. And then I'm just gonna take this container. I've had this for 3 years. I don't need that much celery. Celery is so easy to grow. It just takes over everything. And then I have my squash. And it's doing really good. Look, I'm getting a little bit of flowering in there. And there's no squash bugs. And I'm gonna give the credit to these marigolds. I really do think marigolds deter pests in your garden, at least in zone 7 they do. And then my ginger seems to be struggling. I have these 2 plants. I keep putting ginger in here, but none of the other ginger that I put in here is sprouting. I just have these 2 plants of ginger. So we'll just keep an eye on that. It might just be the season for it. Maybe it'll just start growing all of a sudden. But I like ginger. You can do a lot with it. And I love the tea. I use the leaves for tea and it tastes so good. Okay guys, so here's my blueberry plant. And it is producing fruit. And I saw a video. They excelled in growing blueberries. And they said the dirt has to be really loose and to use peat moss. So maybe this dirt is just too compact and I might just take it out, but I'm not going to bother with it right now because the temperatures are too extreme. I'm just going to water it a lot and then maybe we'll repot this and try again next year. I'm just going to leave it alone for now and let it do its thing. I am getting a little more growth on it and I am getting flowers on it. So I did take some of the dirt off of the top and I put some steer manure and some leaves and some mushroom compost. That was a couple weeks ago. And it seemed to help. So it seems like the dirt is not correct in this pot. And then I have my raspberry plant. It's doing good. The leaves are not curling. It was just frying in the spot that it was at on that concrete. It was getting too much sun. So it likes this spot. We'll just leave it here and let it do its thing. So that's my raspberry plant, guys. Here's my asparagus. It's just loving this spot. I'm getting a lot of growth on this. I'm expecting to get a lot of asparagus next year. And we have our okra. We're getting quite a bit of okra still. That's one of our main crops, and they love the heat. The okra, it does attract ants, it looks like. Oh, look at that bumblebee. Oh, shoot. There was a bumblebee that was going to land. I think I scared it off. But look. This okra plant loves this spot. It loves this tub. And then we're getting a lot of broccoli. So we're going to start cooking with this. So not a whole lot happening in the garden. We did plant our cucumbers and we did add some dirt to a lot of these pots. Okay guys, so that's my weekly garden update for July 23rd. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.